All right, my friends.
I vote the 11 coins goes to Tana because we burned down the forge.
Well,
but that's just my vote.
Speaking of burning down the forge, in the last episode, that is how we had ended. You had been confronted by a bunch of demons in the forge who had attacked you there. And no, AD&D, actually, money is kind of rare in this game. Like 11 gold is a pretty big deal in this game. So it was quite helpful, and it will be helpful because right now they are out in the wilderness with no equipment, and they're going to need to gear up later. So that's actually a very good thing, and they don't really have any money. So that's actually going to be a very good thing. You had been ambushed in Tana's shop by a bunch of demons who had actually managed with their demon fire to set fire to the shop. Setting fire to a blacksmith shop is really no easy feat, but they managed to do that. The fire spread out a little bit throughout the city. Your characters realized that things were getting hot, too much to handle in the city, and that other people were getting hurt. And so you decided to flee instead of staying there and kind of causing more trouble to people, as Leander's father, Errol, had been severely injured also, and it wasn't very clear who was being targeted by all these attacks. So you decided to take this show on the road. Loretta Wiggles went with you because what else is she going to do? On top of that, Loretta Wiggles has a little problem. She has this weird weapon that keeps her appearing in her pack, and Tana is attempting to help her figure out what that is all about. You decided to quickly grab whatever gear equipment you could lay your hands on. Leander, you visited your father, who greatly encouraged you doing this, and asked and said that he would try to contact you once things had calmed down in the city. He gave you a little pouch of money to help you on your way. And he was on the mend, so you felt secure enough kind of leaving and sort of making sure that he wasn't going to be targeted anymore. You also got a little bit of information as you were heading out. If you give me just 1 second. Somewhere I have a note with information for you. I will find it at some point. All right. You had checked in. One of you had a contact named Etherian. I believe it was Myriad, maybe? No?
Was that the knight?
Yes. All right.
Elven
So it was you then.
That would have been him.
All right. You did check in with Etherian, and I will give you the bit of information that you got from him, since you were supposed to get that anyways. Etherian would have told you that he doesn't know too much about Nightkin or the Night House, but he's heard of the Moon Tower. It's said to be an old forgotten ruin of the tower that long ago belonged to the elven sorceress Genfin Yorva, who it is said fell under the sway of the demon Misael Miseritor and betrayed the Conclave of Eight, which was the Conclave of Eight sorcerers that used to rule the Elven Empire. She, Genfin Yorva, was killed by the last great dragon, Ryadreth, under orders from the Crimson Regent nearly 1,000 years ago, and her tower was also destroyed by the dragon. The dragon, it is said, was cursed by Genfin just before she died. She was the dream sorceress and cursed the dragon to remain in dreams forever, and so he disappeared also after destroying the tower and killing Genfin. People do believe that those who fall under the sway of demons can see the tower when the moon is dark and access it and its secrets. Others say that the Moon Tower is where Misael dwells to this day. Your only I don't say goal, but the only clue you have, or the only bit of information you have to really go on, is the Minotaur Beata, who had once brought Leander back to Errol when from his mother, from Leander's mother, Syroxa the demon. And so you set off knowing only that Beata lives in the Vermeil Mountains, which are the mountains that separate the area where you are near Summer, the town of Summer, from the Crimson land where the elves live. And so you set off west and south, heading towards the mountains with not too much of an idea where you're going, knowing only that you are looking perhaps for Beata or Saraxa or the Moon Tower. All these things, these names keep popping up, and you figure that some of them are bound to have answers for you. Now, you've been traveling for about a week. You've not quite made it to the wildlands yet. It's still fairly safe to travel. You've dealt with a few bandits and a few wild beasts here and there, but nothing that you couldn't handle. However, your supplies are running drastically low at this point, and the more you approach the Vermeil Mountains, the more you feel the weather is changing, becoming oppressive. The days are extremely hot. The nights are extremely cold. And you figure that you need to resupply, you need to rest, you need to perhaps get some information about where to go from here, because you don't want to just be wandering in the wildlands forever. Odile, as a Swan Maiden, has spent some time for sure in the wildlands, and perhaps also Jin has been out there to a certain degree, and both will tell you that they are bad places to be. And so it is with a certain sense of relief that you see approaching as you are traveling here through this area. One second. As you are traveling here through the area near the Vermeil Mountain, approaching the Pyrewood, which is the strange forest of burnt trees that surrounds the mountain, you are approaching the very, very small village of Journey's End. When I say small village, it's really just an outpost. There are only a few buildings. You can see as you are approaching the village, you can see a smithy shop, you can see a trading post, you can see a couple other buildings. One of them looks like maybe it is a herbalist shop or an alchemist shop, something of that nature. But more importantly, you see in front of you the promise of beds, warm food, perhaps even a bath, in the form of an inn called the Severed Head.
That's a delightful name for an inn.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
As you approach Journey's End, you see the wooden palisade that surrounds it. You see at the middle of the place a huge bonfire that seems to be kept running all day. And the little inn, which appears to be quite comfortable and quite quaint. You figure maybe about 20 people live here, give or take. There are a few little farming spots, little orchard, things of that nature. But you can very clearly see that you're approaching the Pyrewood, which is a forest that is, as I was saying, a burnt forest of burnt, carbonized, desiccated trees that looms over to the west. And beyond them, the reddish mountains of the Vermeil chain, which you know separates your land from the Elven lands, but is also rumored to be a place where the Fae like to run around and play. You approach a small town. People appear to be very warm, friendly, and when you meet, waves, says hello. And you find yourself in the little central place near the bonfire, surrounded, as I said, by all these various buildings. What would you like to do?
Okay. We finally made it somewhere. We need to rest.
Storyteller, what time of day is it? Did you say?
I would say it's probably like nearing mid-afternoon kind of thing.
Yeah, days are short. It's gonna get cold fast.
Yeah.
We should secure lodgings.
Okay. Secure lodgings, then maybe restock on supplies and...
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. As Leander looks ominously up at the sign overhead. Yeah, it'll be fine, I'm sure. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Wonder why it's called that.
Loretta looks at you and goes, Are you being ironic when you say that? Because I'm looking at this place and I'm thinking the place is called the Severed Head. It's probably not going to be fine.
What's the over-under that there's a head on a plate somewhere in this building?
That is just a warning to the bad people out there. Surely we are not the bad people, so we should not worry.
Definitely not the bad people.
Yes.
It's really a matter of perspective, though. Whether
Indeed.
you're good or bad.
Those demons were bad.
Yes.
Well, to them, they probably seem good.
They burned my shop.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Well, that gives you the opportunity to build a new one. Reburn it.
That was the best
Bigger,
job I ever
better.
had, dude.
Twice as big.
Jin, I don't mean to put a damper on things, but I definitely wouldn't be the one to tell Tana that, we could just silver lining this. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, let's get off our feet. I'm sure that we all need some much needed rest. Just open the door. Just like open the door to the tavern as if it were ours. Just boom.
You open the door and find it fairly deserted. It's very small, first of all. There's 3 tables with 4 chairs around each. There's a bench. There's a big fireplace in the corner. Right now, there's a young wolfkin who is busy stacking the fireplace with fire and with firewood in anticipation for the night. You do see also behind the bar an old wolfkin. He's got an eye patch, he's got graying fur, he's got several scars on his face, and you can clearly tell that this is someone who, probably used to be a soldier or something of that type. He's got that kind of military disciplined bearing, and of course those scars and whatnot speak to a life lived with a bit of danger. And as you come in, he looks up at you and goes, well, it's been quite a while since we've had the presence of such august individuals right here. Please come on in, make yourselves at home. Pick any table you want, they're all free.
Thank you. Might we... Is this where we can request lodging as well?
Oh, absolutely. We'll get you all squared away. Grab yourself a table. Let me bring you some to eat and drink, and then we'll worry about where you're going to lay your head for tonight. Don't worry, our rooms are clean and very comfortable, and you certainly will not want for anything until you are ready to depart and return the way you came, because I am certain you are not the type of people to try and push further. I say that because you look like the type of people who are going to try to push further, but we'll see if we can dissuade you from that. Please have a seat.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
As you sit down, I would say certainly Tana and maybe some of the others also, you would notice on the fireplace, there's a nice big fireplace where the kid is, busy stacking up the firewood. Hanging over the mantelpiece, you see a very interesting looking shield with a sword and a dagger sort of crossed behind it. They definitely seem to be well used but well cared for. They are nicked and damaged here and there, but also kept very clean and polished. I would invite anyone who feels that they would possibly have some kind of military back knowledge to give me a what's called not legends and lore, but
It's myths and legends.
Myths and legends. Roll, if you would. Also for the record, people who live on the borders of the Wilderlands like this are called boundary folk, and are generally regarded with a certain degree of mistrust and suspicion by people who would not choose to live here. What did we get for rolls?
Oh, you are muted.
You're mute.
Of course I am. I got a 210.
Excellent. Did anybody else roll?
Yes, I got an 11 out of a 14.
All right. I would say certainly both of you would recognize the crest on the sword as being that of the 7th Sword Company. The 7th Sword Company were a mercenary company that held Summer for a very long time before the Wintersbane clan, which currently holds Summer, took the place. It was held by another Wolfkin clan called the Nightbane clan. And the Seventh Sword were a company of mercenaries that worked for the Nightbane clan, defending the town from the Wintersbane. That's what both of you would know. In addition to that, Tana, with your great role, you would also know that as far as you had heard, the Seventh Sword Company had been completely destroyed when the Wintersbane clan took Summer. Now, this was some 30, 40 years ago, some time ago, but as you sit down, grab chairs, the old Wolfkin comes around and he's got a bit of everything. He's got mugs of ales, he's got a flagon of wine, he's also got a pitcher of water, and he kind of brings all these things. He's like, well, if you require something other than these here fine delicacies that I brought you, please just say so. My name's Harold. I'm the innkeeper here, and I am here to serve you and to make sure that you have everything you need. So if there's anything else that you would prefer, I will certainly do my best to get it for you. We are a little bit restricted in what we can serve for food. As you can imagine, we have a very good vegetable stew that was made entirely from vegetables taken from my wife's garden. We do have a little bit of bacon, and we have some fresh bread, well, fresh from yesterday, fairly fresh, for you also.
Well, I could go for some stew, and maybe we could get some bread for the road. We're probably not going to stay too long, I bet. So,
absolutely. Let me bring you a little bit of everything.
That sounds great. Just put it on my tab.
Excellent, young master. If you are in need of some equipment, may I refer you to the trading post across the way, which is run by my wife. You'll be able to find whatever you need there.
And what's your wife's name?
Let me check the GM's notes.
You just ask for a name.
Inga.
Do you want us to die?
My sweet wife is named Inga, and she is as beautiful as the rising sun, and as sweet and cool as the night's moon, and, well, she fills my heart with song.
That's nice.
It's very kind.
Like, Odile's like writing that down. She's like, that's good.
Good lyric.
That was very beautiful.
The smithy also, Rory, you can find Rory at the smithy. He'll help you, and if you're in need of some herbs or some such, you can head over to Tulip's shop.
Well, great. Thanks for the tip there, Harold.
No
All
problem.
of you family, or just you and your wife?
Sorry?
Are all of you family?
Oh, no,
or
just me and my wife and my boy there. The rest are people who have come here over time and have settled, and we don't ask too many questions about where people come from and so on and so forth. We prefer to give people the anonymity that they seek out. Out here on the boundary like this, people who come here usually they do so for a reason. So that's why I'm not asking you what the lot of you are doing out here. You look like the kind of people running from the law, and well, that's okay here. We accept that. That's fine.
Was that a certain creed that was left over from your time in the Seven Swords? As he looks over to the field.
Yes, the good old days. Well, let me go and get you your food, and I'll be right back. By the way, we got another draw from the treasure deck from Varl. Thank you very much, Varl. So we'll do that right now. We will draw from this little treasure deck right here, and I'll take this card. Ooh, you have found a gold amulet.
Like a ominous one or like a regular type one?
No,
'Cause
this
I don't trust
amulet,
you.
this amulet appears to be it's on a gold chain, and it is what appears to be a sun with a wheel kind of emblazoned behind it. And I will tell you what it gives you. It will give whoever wears it a +1 to their dexterity.
Ooh.
Maybe we give that to our feline demon friend?
Unless Jin has use of it.
No, mine is already pretty high. I can already have a amulet. Okay.
As you debate what to do with this, my
I'll take it.
friends, the moment has come. The moment has arrived. The moment we've all been waiting for. Well, I've been waiting for, with bated breath. Ash West writes, just followed us, becoming follower number 666. Thank you very much. And for that, my friends, I will give you an extra draw of the treasure deck.
Ooh.
In celebration of this momentous moment. As you can realize, we will be shutting down Folk&Myth now, having achieved everything we
Well,
set out to
Final
achieve.
The
episode.
end.
Yes. Swan song. Ah.
Full circle.
And
And that's when he killed us all.
And that's when he killed us. Oh, you get a bow, or a ranged weapon, rather. Let me see what ranged weapon it is.
It's a machine gun.
Nope, you get a hand crossbow.
Ooh.
And I will tell you what it does in a moment.
Also, Ash West is a phenomenal person and a friend of mine. So,
Oh, yeah.
thanks.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank
Love
you
you,
very
Ash.
much. Thank you, Ash. You're forever immortalized in the book of lore here at Folk&Myth. Yes, while I check out what this hand crossbow does, Harold comes, brings you food, brings you drinks, all that. He told you a little bit kind of what's in the village. There's the blacksmith Rory, there's Tulip, the alchemist, and there's his wife Inga, who runs the trading post. So as you are chowing down and eating, if you want to have a little discussion about what you want to do next, while I figure out what this crossbow does.
Okay. Well, Jin will start eating as if he's never eaten before. He's just like enjoying everything with very much glee.
I think Odile is munching on bread, and she's looking around. So, should we go see the smith? Is it like weird, Tana, if we go see another smithy? Is that like?
I mean, are you going to
Weird
judge
for
their
you?
work? You know,
Yeah.
Just like I don't want to, insult
Am
them.
I going to judge the craftsmanship of what they have in their store?
Oh, he's definitely going to.
Oh.
Yeah.
100%.
definitely-
Yes, I'm definitely going to do that. But will I still be respectful of the sanctity of their forge? Of course. If they let me work, great. If not, that is fine.
Do you touch another person's tools? Like
I brought my own.
Oh, of course.
Is it like weird to like touch another person's forge? Is it like, oh, you keep your forge at the temperature that I wouldn't, but you do your own thing?
It depends on what you're making. Most of the time, it's fine. Like, it's more like you don't touch another forge master's hammer. That's You saw you remember the very large sword that I kept next to my forge?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was for people who touched my hammer.
So how many times did you have to hit Wiggles
Twice.
with that?
Oh, Wiggles? Never. Other people, twice.
Did you like
I'm-
chop their hands off, or?
And did you have other assistants before Wiggles?
I don't need to answer that question.
Okay.
Wiggle's eyes are like... She leans over and says, I touched his hammer at night when he was sleeping.
I would not repeat that louder than you
That is
just
our
did.
little secret. Do not ever repeat that.
How far away is Wiggles sitting?
Across the table from you, staring
Good.
at you with wide eyes.
I feel like Odile is probably sitting next to Wiggles and she scoots her chair over, not wanting to be in the blast radius if
blast
something happens.
I don't know if you noticed, but Tana has a temper.
Oh, That's the first time I'm hearing that, honestly.
I mean, he's a sweetheart, don't get me wrong.
And I think that's kind of the thing, right? Like, he's actually just really sweet. We should probably not talk like he's not here. Anybody need to go to
I'm right
trading
here.
post?
I'm right here. That's wow. Okay.
Well, we found that pouch of gold, so yeah, we can go and buy some stuff.
We will definitely
Yeah.
need supplies if we are going to be traveling up a mountain. I will look for a temple or a place to find any kind of grimoires, any sort of spells that might be able to assist us. And I'll talk to some of our native life to see if they can give us any kind of hints on some good trails that we can walk up. Oh, but before we leave, though, I don't know. I'm not really used to thinking about this, but it was something that he mentioned. How are we paying for this food?
Oh,
They require currency, I believe, in this land.
Somebody said they had a tab.
yeah, listen, my dad gave me some coin before we left, and it only seems right to share it and have it be something that we could all pull from. So, I mean, don't go crazy or anything, but don't worry, I'll cover this, because that's what adults do, right? Offer to buy dinner.
That's very kind of you, Leander.
Yeah, Wiggles, it is.
You're a very nice
Wiggles.
person. What?
Nothing. Sus.
Stop looking at me like that. I told you I have a doppelganger.
Likely story.
That's
Very
exactly
convenient.
what a doppelganger would say, wouldn't it?
Mhm.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm gonna have another rasher of bacon. In keep.
Yeah, I said don't go crazy, Wiggles, all right?
So I'm only having one.
I meant to ask, but most of you were passed out from the battle, but Wiggles and Tana, is this the first time you've left your home?
Yes.
You will definitely need gear.
Well, I have, and I pull out my bag.
Look into your bag, like,
He brought tools.
oh,
He's
it's
been
like
lugging
that.
around about 100 pounds of tools since we left the city. All that clanking, that was him.
I got enough. I can make more stuff right now, but having a forge would be helpful. I also have an abacus.
Oh, what do you need that for?
It's 'cause he knows we're
Buying
counting
and
on him.
Buying and selling. That was a good one, Wiggles. Honestly.
I'm just
Okay.
going to reach across and just move one of the things.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works.
That's fine.
I don't think I can count higher than 20.
Okay.
I assume that living in the wildlands like you must certainly have done, Odile, that you don't need to count very often.
No. I don't really even really need to read. I do know how to read a little bit. I can write my name, which is very important, I've learned.
So most of the songs are like folklore, tradition, oral, passed down from generations to generations. And
She is gonna pull out her little notebook. And you'll notice that when she was writing down what the bartender was saying, it is little squiggles, and it's almost like pictographs. So it's not actual words. It's just kind of symbols that only she probably knows the meaning for.
What does squiggle tree half box circle mean?
Oh, it means you are the tree in which I wish to grow beneath and nourish the land.
this looks like some kind of bird. A stork.
Yeah,
Oh.
means they want to fuck.
Oh.
Oh.
Cover Wiggles' ears.
Wiggles is eating bacon. Wiggles doesn't care about anything else. Literally, Wiggles has 2 handfuls of bacon, and it's just like, oh, bacon.
There.
Should not
So-
speak with your mouth full.
Okay.
Wiggles.
Yes, boss.
Thank you.
Well, as enlightening as this conversation is, I will go seek enlightenment out in the forest and try to clear my mind. Any of you need anything from me, just...
Don't?
No, you can just think of the wind and I will arrive.
Oh, that's nice too.
That sounds great. I'm gonna come with you.
Hmm?
Can I come with you?
Who is that who's speaking?
Wiggles.
Oh,
I'm down here.
oh, under the table.
Yeah.
Of course.
No, I dropped
you-
a piece of bacon. Don't judge me.
Every piece of bacon is worth retrieving, so by all means, yes, if you wish to follow, you may.
Awesome, boss. Can I?
Yep.
Thank you, boss. You're the best boss ever. And she hands you a slice of bacon.
Bacon.
Young one, we are off.
She's stuffing her pockets with whatever's left of the food. You never know.
I'm sure we could get a to go. All right. You know what? You guys have fun. I'm going to hit the trading post if anyone wants to come.
I think I'm going to go to that tulip shop. Find some herbs.
How often do you barter with other people?
Not
Me too.
a whole lot.
I mean, I'm kind of used to like thievery, but I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. So, like, you know, put me in, coach.
4-finger discount. Right? 4-finger discount? You look, your paw has 3 fingers and a thumb.
I have a dew claw. Does that count?
Okay.
How dexterous is it?
Pretty dexterous.
I'd count it.
Cool.
Fair. We will not be stealing from anyone in this town at all.
Roger Dodger that, Captain.
I will accompany you both before heading to the smithy.
Then let's hit Tulip first. Tulip.
What is it we need?
I don't know. I figured we could maybe find some healing herbs, or maybe some herbs to make poison.
Yeah, that would be a really good idea. Some healing herbs would be a good idea because we almost died last time. So
Yeah.
it'd be great to like
I'm
not do that.
aware.
Yeah, you guys got your ass kicked.
I mean, I did
Who was
when we
that?
were on the road. I, was, writing some songs and stuff, and I think that those songs might have a little bit more pep to them.
And,
But
and
that's more in practice.
you would remember that when you did wake up from your unconsciousness, like the cold steel hands of a monk like massaging your back, and like that old nook from your shoulder from hitting that hammer is like miraculously gone. Like it just, he must have been there for weeks just making sure your muscles are back in its original spot. So magic hands.
I think Kato wants some of that for themselves.
I think everyone wants that. Yes.
All right, so Harold will come back and ask how many rooms you want. He'll ask that by arching an eyebrow.
How much are rooms?
A coin each a night.
We could probably
That
do
includes
two.
breakfast. If you want a bath, that's 2.
I can room with Wiggles.
Oh, great. Thanks.
If I wake up to you hovering over me with a knife with any sort of murderous intent, though.
I'm going to stay in that room
angry.
too. I'll also be in that room just for safety.
Awesome. The more the merrier.
Great.
Over.
Cool.
I could sleep outside if it's too much trouble. I could just sleep by the door
It's going to be cold.
or the tree. Oh, it's okay. I don't mind the cold.
So 1 room with an extra large bed for 3, 1 room for the Wolfkin for 1, and since you're sleeping outside, I'm not going to charge you, but if you want a bath,
Yeah, I'll take it.
We could do separate beds. I got a feeling that Wiggles like sticks or toes places.
Ew.
hmm
I don't.
I don't know where your toes have been.
You have pockets full of bacon. I don't trust you.
I have pockets full of bacon. I should be first person on your invite list.
Nothing better than pillow bacon.
Yeah. It's honestly, it's the best. You know it.
I like to stick a couple slices of bacon under my pillow.
Nope,
and all
that's-
that. I wake up and I'm just like, oh, bacon.
Okay, that's weird. Pillow bacon, not okay.
Yeah, no, if we
bacon.
could have separate beds, that would be great. That'd be nice.
right.
I'd like that.
Fine. All right, so it'll be 2 gold for you, 1 gold for you, no gold for you. Any beds? Baths.
Yes.
So 4 baths. Okay, so
5 baths, and Odile will specifically look at Wiggles.
5 baths. All right, so look, I'm gonna make it a flat 10 gold, and you get the rooms and the meal.
Great. Yeah. And Lander reaches out into the pouch and hands off 10 gold.
You
is
see
it-
Wiggles' eyebrow kind of arches, and she's like, it's kind of surreptitiously eyeing your bulging pouch.
Mm-mm.
I whip around and I look at her and I go, if I see you even so much as think about touching this, I'm gonna cut your fingers off. Okay.
Hey, which one of us is part of the night house? I'm just a blacksmith. You're the thief.
Yeah.
It turns
And you're a dapple. So I don't know which one I'm dealing with.
She
Hey,
turns around and does exactly this.
Mm.
okay.
Then turns.
Goodness.
Come on, Odile. Time's a wasting.
Where are we going?
No, sorry, Jin. I was going
Yes.
with Jin. Hey, Jin. let's go.
I was waiting for you. Come,
Oh,
yeah,
I was
bacon.
waiting
Let's
for you. That's kind of what it's awkward when that happens. Huh?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
I will teach you about duality.
Oh, does that mean like? I have no clue what that means.
And he places an arm on Wiggles' shoulder and goes, I have so much to teach you as we walk out the door.
Teach me, senpai. The 3 of you.
You all saw
Relax.
that, right? That was weird, right?
That was
that was weird.
I hated that. I hated that.
You've,
I don't think any of us should be alone with Wiggles, but if anyone can handle it, it's Jin.
Fair.
You pay for your tab, and moments later, you find yourselves outside. You are heading, Jin, with Wiggles to find what exactly?
We're going to look on the outskirts, not like a trades town, maybe something with more ancient knowledge. Something
Okay.
with grimoires, some sort of temple, some kind of half-destroyed building that someone may live in, something that's kind of off the beaten path. We'll start with the perimeter town, look to see where the animals are, and kind of work our way closer into town.
Excellent. And the other 3, where are you going first?
Too lit.
All right. So let's start with Jin here. Jin, you kind of start walking around, looking for things, trying to find a place. You do find like a lot of interesting little natural spots, but there's a kind of strange feeling to all of it around here. It really feels a lot like something's a little bit off. At some point, Wiggles is going to say like, there's a farmer there. Maybe we could ask him. And when you look over, you see this farmer. He's a mallard, and he's got like this big straw hat on, and he's got a piece of something green sticking out of his mouth, and he's got a pitchfork, and he's busy digging through the earth, and it looks like he's turning over his ground in preparation for next year's sowing season. He's picked up all his vegetables and fruits for the harvest, and he's just kind of getting the ground ready for next year.
All right, we will approach. Jin will have his hands in his robes, and we'll walk up a step or 2 faster than Wiggles. And as he approaches the farmer, we'll give a slight bow to his head and say, "Right, sons, I wonder if you may help me. Me and my friend here are looking for certain places of interest. We don't mean to interrupt your very hard work. You seem to be a man of the land, mallard of the land, so to speak. And we were inquiring if you might be able to help us point us in the right direction."
Well, I am a mallard, but I am no man, she says as she turns around, and you can see now that she is a female mallard. And she looks at you and goes, "My name's Myrtle."
Myrtle. Well, I'm
Who
Jin.
you be, Silvertongue?
I am Jin, and this is
I'm Wiggles.
Wiggles. You know,
Is that who you are, or is that what you do? Bit of both.
And we are travelers into this town, and we're going to be
don't say.
leaving shortly, and we're going to be heading into the mountains. And so we
What's
are.
wrong with you?
Well, we are on a journey, so to speak, and we don't do it necessarily freely. We do it because fate pulls us there, and because of that fate, we are in need of supplies, knowledge, and hopefully you can help us with at least one of those.
Well, until you're gonna get killed.
Ah, yes, that's usually always part of fate, but that's okay. We do not fear death, do we? You can tell by the bacon. That's the bacon grease on.
I fear
Wiggles'
death.
chin.
I don't mean to, bust your bubble there, Jen, but I fear death. What kind of death exactly, miss? Well, there's all sorts of bad stuff out there. You know, the elves have done a pretty good job of pushing out of their realm everything they don't like, and well, those things generally tend to settle like in this area here between us and them, and so the wildlands are pretty well placed. They got all sorts of nastiness. They got minotaurs and werewolves and griffins and orcs and goblins and swan maidens and all sorts of weird dastardly business like that.
Oh my. Well, you mentioned minotaurs, which is funny you should mention that because we are actually looking for one. Have you seen any? Do you know where one may live? We are actually seeking one out.
There's one behind you right now that just plopped down in the best possible way, Adrian.
Is this true?
Yeah, there's something alive behind you.
There is something alive behind
Yeah.
you.
And
Huh?
it just wiggled its ass.
That's my dog. I was like, what are you talking about?
The baby.
It was the best thing. It wiggled its
funny.
butt and then just plopped down.
Yeah, that's my little Pomeranian Bowie.
I know someone who does the exact same thing.
But yes, we are actually seeking a minotaur.
You don't say. Well, good luck with that, young man.
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't happen to know where there is one?
I
mentioned
hear
that
there
they
are
were
a
in the
few of
mountain.
them up in the mountain, yeah.
Anything else? Any kind of warnings I should know? Wait, I've only been into the mountains once, and obviously, it's such as hundreds of years ago. I barely remember.
You're gonna want to be careful. I mean, the pirate road is very dangerous. It's got all sorts of strange beasts. There's whatever foul monstrosity resides in the god's throat chasm. I certainly wouldn't advise taking that road, but then again, if you take the northern road through the old bridge, well, you got to come to Dragoontooth Pass, and when you get there, you're going to get to the haunted keep, Dragoontooth Keep. That place is haunted, so really, I'm not sure which way would be better.
If you had to choose one, which one would you choose? The haunted keep?
No, I'd probably choose to stay right here, tending my corn and my pumpkin field and my squash and my butternut.
And how was your harvest last time around?
It wasn't bad. I mean, I think we're seeing a little decline every year. There's a little bit less that grows. I'm thinking that maybe within a few summers time, we're going to have to start thinking about maybe relocating. It feels like whatever godforsaken curse is sort of spreading forth from the Vermeil Mountains is, spreading further and further out every year. We're eventually going to get pushed back all the way to summer.
Hmm. Do you have any affiliation or your family with the Seven Swords? I am of the Seven Order, and so I always kind of of an affiliate.
Oh, like a
number
seven thing, like seven. So yeah,
Yes.
yeah. No, that's good. I mean, that reminds me of the year that I grew exactly 7 pumpkins, not 6, not 8, 7. It was exactly 7 pumpkins.
Were they all the same size, or were they?
No, they were quite varied. There was this one big fellow. He like big bone, like a lot of meat on the haunches and all that. And there was a couple of them that were like, just these tiny little cute little pumpkins. They all tasted the same though. Yeah. Oh,
do you mind if we continue? If we continue
about that, what?
do you mind if we continue this conversation while I help you work?
Oh no, please. Get your hands dirty. Here's I got a tilling thing here. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to turn over By this point, you look over and Wiggles has fallen asleep in a bale of hay and is just like snoring away.
I will assist the farmer and just fully, like, as if we were, I give him all the attention of the world, like if this is the last conversation we will both have in our lives, and enjoy every minute.
You will discover through your discussion, you will discover that in fact Harold is a former member of the Seventh Sword. What did I call him? Seventh Sword Company. You will also basically hear that from her, you kind of get the feeling that the Pyrewood Road is really bad. The God's Throat Chasm is whether there's something living down there, and really it's like, no one wants to know what the hell that is. However, there is, you find out, a keep on the northern road called the Dragon Tooth Keep, which is apparently haunted by elven ghosts.
All right. And I will work with the Mallard for a good while, for at least like an hour and a half. While.
No, excellent. You'll get yourself for your troubles a full day's worth of rations for everyone, of fresh vegetables and
sweet
other things. Yeah. Meanwhile, back at Tulips, you come up to the little shop. It's just a very small, like 3-room little shack. It's got a little sign up front that's just like this sheaf of flowers, or something, like a little bouquet of flowers. And at the bottom, the flowers start to transform into what looks like bubbles and liquids and stuff like that. Other than that, there's no indication of exactly what this shop is. You walk in and you find standing behind the counter an old Grimalkin. She has gray fur that seems to be turning a little bit to orange in some places. She has this little pince-nez glasses, and as she gesticulates while she speaks, you notice that she's missing a finger on her right hand. You can see that her shelves are stocked with various potions, candles, soaps, perfumes, things of that nature. There is some kind of sweet, might be disgusting, might not, it's kind of hard to tell, a draft of something fishy cooking, and you can see there's like a little cauldron that's boiling away in the fireplace behind Tulip. As you come in, you see her look to the side, and you can see curtains waver a little bit, as if someone has just gone through into another room. And she turns around and she goes, "Oh, well there. Oh, come on in. Please, have a look around. I have quite a few things that might interest you here. I have some potions, some soaps. Perhaps you're looking for something specific."
Hello. Yeah. We're looking for stuff that will help us not die out there.
Well, you've come to the right place, young man. I happen to have quite a plethora of very interesting products that might help you not die. I mean, it really depends on how maladroit you are, and whether or not that you can actually, dodge a blow once in a while. But let's say that occasionally you find yourself a little injured. I do have some things that will make you feel a little better. I also have something that will make you smell better too, if you're in the market for that. You smell like about a week of rough road. I'm
yeah,
just
well,
saying.
we're gonna go take a bath later, but we gotta run errands first. What's the point in taking a bath and then going outside again?
Hey. Are you Tulip, the owner of this establishment?
Well, I sure am, young man.
Well, my name is Tana Steelfang. It is a pleasure to be in a fellow artisan's shop. I can see your wares have been expertly created, and I look forward to seeing what you have in stock.
Well, go ahead. I have to take care of something. Just go ahead, look around, whatever you need. I'll be right back. And she goes over, and you notice there's like a cot, a little bed in one corner, and she gets down on the ground and slides underneath it.
Odile's gonna go and peruse the wares.
Yeah.
As you look around the room, you will find that you can check out the gear section, and basically, all the things that I know why they disappeared. Because they don't like Dark Reader. You can look at the table marked Studies in Magic. You can look at the table marked Light Sources. And anything else that would make sense here, like whether it's perfume. Also, you can look at
medicine.
Yeah, under Studies in Magic. Yeah, there's some stuff there, but there is, in fact, medicine. Where is it? Light sources. Where are the healing thingamabobbers? Did I not put them on the thing? I guess I did not put them on the thing. But anyway, so take a look at that. And I will look at quickly. Medicine. There we go. I will put the medicine table also on there for y'all. So anything that's there, you can have a look at. And whilst you're doing that, whilst you're perusing that, you will hear, and very slowly, you'll see Tulip emerge from under the bed. She is clutching what appears to be an old sock. That's where that was. And she puts it away, and she goes like, "So, have you found something you like?"
Can I have some bandages?
Yep, absolutely. You sure may. My sweet little thing. Right over here. How many would you like? I've got about 20 prepared here.
Going to look to Tana and do you think that we will need more than like 10? You think 10 is fine? Yeah, I'll take 10 of the bandages. And then...
All right, would you like these gift wrapped? Oh, okay, you're not done. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I still have stuff to say. Yes. Ooh, can I have sleeping poison? You're selling this, so I don't know. I felt like it was a nefarious thing that we were doing.
No, people use it around here all the time.
Oh.
Yeah, because we often get like strange beasties that will come in at night and eat our produce or try to break into the house and stuff like that. So it is very useful to knock them out in as humane a way as possible. And then we take them out back and then we wring their necks.
Oh. Well, I will take one of the sleeping poisons, I think.
All right, excellent. Tell me something, darling.
Mm-hmm.
How strong would you like it to be?
Well, how strong if we encounter, like, let's say a being from like another world?
Well, I've only ever had to deal with those a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that generally speaking, I think that I got you. And she takes a couple of balls and she goes in the back and you hear some hissing and some sizzling and you hear her. The important thing is to stir it, not shake it. And she, kind of clink, 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 kind of around all that. She's like, oh, I'll be right back. And she goes back under the bed.
Very patiently waiting.
Eventually, she comes out from under the bed. She's like, "Oh, you're still here. Excellent. Anyways, as I was saying," and she continues mixing her thing, and then she will bring you a little, give you a little. Be very careful. It's a contact, so if you get any on you, it's gonna run a chance of affecting you.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I'm going to look at the other two and be like, "Do not get this on you."
Copy that.
And I'm going to say, I'm going to put it in this pouch.
You got rating 15 poison.
Ooh.
Oh.
I'm gonna get 2 herbal concoctions.
Would you like that to be juniper, lemon lime, or ginger and rose petal?
I'll do, if I'm doing 2, I'll do a juniper and a ginger and rose petal. Thank you very much.
Excellent. The juniper one is very good if like you're just thirsty and need a little, you just steep it in a little bit of water and serve it with some lemon and some ice. Excellent. Maybe a little tonic. Great stuff.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate
So
you.
take 2 of those. All right.
Great.
Anything else?
I guess torch. Yeah, we'll take a torch.
Okay, excellent. No
2.
problem.
We'll take 2 torches.
Okay, excellent. She climbs on the counter.
Okay. This is a different way of selling things. You're on the counter.
I am.
Fair enough.
Oh, okay.
Is it comfortable?
Not particularly.
Oh,
You
do
can
you
get
just
off
like it?
of the counter.
I like to stand there and you look and over in the corner there's this piece of brown paper that's just lying on the ground. I like to just
Sit on the paper?
Yeah.
Because it's flat, but you want to be on the paper even though it's on the floor because
I know it's a
different
little
than-
strange, but I mean try
Uh-huh.
it. Try
Is
it.
there like a crate
it.
or anything around, like an empty crate?
No, there are none anywhere.
Hmm,
I don't get anything done when there's a couple of those around.
Oh,
that makes sense. That
All
makes
right.
sense.
Anything else that I can get for you fantastic people?
Nope, that's it.
Honestly, this has been the most interesting experience I've had. And I honestly thank you. This has been fantastic.
Oh, it's been fantastic for me also. What's your name, young man?
My name is Tana Steele. Does this person look different?
What do you mean? Tulip looks like Tulip.
Tulip
She's
looks
a
like Tulip.
Grimalkin.
Don't you remember my name?
Oh, did you say your name when you came in?
I did.
No, I don't remember.
Okay.
I'm probably going to forget again too, but it's nice to meet you, Tana Steelfang. And as she says that again, you hear from behind the curtains, well, this is certainly an interesting encounter. I was just on my way to meet you. And coming through the curtain where she'd gone and eyed, you see a figure you haven't seen in a while, a wolfkin of the Vulpine variety named Reyna.
Is a friend of yours?
well,
I said Vulpine, but it's Kid Fox.
yes. Wolfkin. Foxkin. Yeah, Foxkin. Yes. You were.
You see she has, she's dressed very colorfully. She's wearing this leather armor. She's got a hood on. Everything is really kind of yellow and green and pinks and very, very kind of flashy. She has a two-handed sword on her back, and she has this beautiful big Kid Fox, a red Kid Fox tail that's tipped in white, and the very elegant and aquiline sort of features of the Kid Fox. I was just on my way back to Summer to see you.
Then it is a wonder that we meet here.
I do say so. What brings you out here?
Much less pleasant things. We found summer to be less amicable than normal.
Are you staying in town?
Yes.
Village, hamlet, outpost,
Yes.
trading post?
We'll call it a town for now.
Town. Very good. I have some business to do, but perhaps we could gather tonight for a little nightcap.
I think that we
Your
can
friends
do.
are welcome to come, and we can have a little discussion about the job that I asked you to do for me.
Correct. I was in the process of trying to be able to do what you requested before and I sort of look over at my acquaintances. My forge got infiltrated and burned to
I
the
think-
ground.
I think he thinks it's our fault.
I think that as well. I don't think it's our
That's-
fault.
That's very sad to hear. Does this mean you will not be able to finish my commission?
Didn't say that. What I said was I was in the process of learning how to do what you required. I think I may have found some items that would be able to help in producing what you would like.
That is certainly welcome information. Let's meet tonight then, perhaps around 8 o'clock, the tavern,
I
the
think we can do
severed
that.
head.
Let's try to keep all our heads attached, but yes, that seems like a good place to meet.
Let's. Pleasure to meet you all. My name is Reina.
Hello, Reina.
Hello, I am Odile.
Pleasure to meet you, Odile.
I'm
She
Leander.
gives you this very kind of Foxian grin of the fox looking at the chicken kind of thing.
I think that I take a very large step backwards towards Leander.
Leander, it's a pleasure to meet you also, young man.
Yes, likewise. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Tulip. When you look over, Tulip is just laying down on her piece of paper.
Okay. Well, thanks so much, Tulip.
We'll see you tonight.
Yes, tonight.
Excellent. Ta-ta.
So, Tulip?
Hmm?
We have things to purchase.
Oh, yes. Tulip gets up. She puts on her little pince-nez and grabs a piece of paper and just the math kills me. I wish I had something to count these numbers.
Hold on, and I pull out my abacus. And I will help you there.
Oh, where did you get that? Oh, that's so wonderful. Where did you get that? That's so wonderful.
Oh, I actually have two in my bag.
She's kind of
They're
just pawing at it.
Yes, they
fun,
do.
right?
She's chewing on the corner of it.
Oh no.
Okay, no, you. How about this? I have two. I have another one, but you can have this one for a discount on our purchases.
Well, I'll tell you what. The whole thing comes up to, if I'm adding quickly, the whole thing comes up to about 10 gold, but let's say I'll let you have everything for 8 gold plus the abacus.
That seems like a deal, right?
Plus the abacus.
8 is less than 10.
Oh.
Well, if you do the math and she moves some of the things around, that's 8 gold minus 2, 10 gold minus 2. That leaves this plus the abacus, and she's just randomly moving little things around.
Odile is like diligently watching, like it makes sense to her.
Yeah.
And then at the
Okay.
end, there's just like 8 gold. See? The
Are you
math
saying
works out.
8 for the whole thing? For everything that we've been looking
For
at?
everything we
Yes.
got.
Okay, great.
First like, how about I just move one, or I move 2 over, or I'll move 1. 7 gold and the abacus.
She looks at you for a little while, then just reaches out a little paw and taps it back. There, that seems fair. 8 gold it is. Very well bargained, young man.
Oh,
I'll throw in, and she puts 2 bars of soap. I'll throw in 2 lavender scented bars of soap for your bath later.
3 bars and you have a deal.
Do
Fine.
you have one that
3
smells like
bars.
jasmine?
Yes, I have one that smells like jasmine here. She gives you the 3 bars of soap.
Cool.
Can I just take the little pouch with the 11 gold that we, found somewhere? And hand her 8 out of it?
Oh my! I mean, thank you very much, young lady. You're very kind.
Odile does take the time to count each individual gold piece. She goes 1, 2, 3. She looks at Tana to make sure she's doing it right.
It's a good thing I have
4,
9 lives. I think we're going to be here a while.
5, 6.
7, 8. There you go. Yeah, got it. Yes.
Very good. Very excellent. She puts a little pouch around her neck.
I place the abacus down. I have my spare. I have a spare. You got
Of course, who
abacus,
doesn't?
but-
Who doesn't? It makes total sense. She looks at you and takes the abacus and pulls it towards her. Puts her head on it.
Yep. Okay. Yep. We're gonna go. We're done. Okay.
Anyway.
Thank you, Tulip. We appreciate you. Okay. All this in the bag. Let's go.
You step out of the shop, and just in time to see Wiggles, who is yawning and stretching, and Jin returning from the field. Jin is carrying a whole bunch of turnips and other fresh root vegetables.
We bring food.
Oh,
Hooray.
nice. That'll be very helpful.
Where'd you get it?
We farmed.
Oh. Like a
Oh,
little...
hey, far. I just took it up.
That makes sense.
Bagels.
Is that the smell of lavender and jasmine?
Yep.
We got soap.
Ooh.
Yes. So
That
we
would come in
won't be
handy.
stinky. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause
Especially you,
boy.
Wiggles.
Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very clean halfling.
Pocket bacon says otherwise.
Hey.
She looks you dead in the eye, pulls out a strip, starts munching on it.
I can see the limp.
I don't trust her.
She's just something so unnerving.
Pocket bacon's really good. I don't understand why everyone's so upset about the pocket bacon.
The only thing better is pocket tater tots, but those don't keep as well.
They're called pocket tots.
Oh, you've heard of them. I feel like we've just established kinship.
Did they mention anything about any ancient writings or wares in that place?
No.
You do remember that they had a few grimoires and things like that kicking around.
They did have some grimoires and things like that kicking around, though.
Well, I will return shortly. Here. Wiggles, carry the backpack full of food.
I will. Good
Good job,
lord.
Wiggles.
These turnips are heavy. These are the heaviest turnips I've ever seen in my life.
Jin, before you go, Tulip is a special soul.
She's led a rough life.
I'm sure. I don't
If she
know.
gets on the counter, don't worry about that. It's fine.
Oh, I will be brief. I hope.
Good luck.
Yep.
And where are the rest of you going to go?
Smithy.
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 All right, you have 10 more minutes. Then I'm calling these shenanigans off. And we're going on break.
She said the man who's like, it's not going to be a shopping episode. Suddenly
Yeah,
it's
no,
turned into a
I know.
shopping
So
episode.
much fun. All right, Jin, you walk into the shop. When you do, you don't see anyone around.
Tulip, huh? I still speak as if Wiggles is still behind me, though I know she is not. And as I look around the building, I'm speaking to her. When the goddess dragon of spring asked, "Where did the flowers go?" Not even the dragons knew. Ah, where's Tulip? Where is Tulip?
This
Tulip?
is not that kind of verb shop, young man.
I'm in need of knowledge. And
You've
I've-
come to the right place, and you realize that somehow Tulip is like kind of just underneath you and just in your feet, and like you almost trip on her.
Oh, forgive me.
No, it's okay.
Oh, because
It happens all the time. She gets up, dusts herself off.
I realized that my rib's a little open from the farm work. Forgive me.
Oh,
yeah.
I see all kinds here, and she very surreptitiously reaches over to a shelf and slides over a low bar soap to you.
Oh, why, thank you.
No problem. That's cedar wood. It's a very manly scent.
Ah, yes, I'm sure a human would love such a scent.
There you go. What can I do for you?
I am looking for knowledge. Maybe something that you've acquired long ago. Perhaps something given, sold from someone desperate, someone old, someone wise. Perhaps someone who lived here.
Do I
very
have the
poor.
thing for you?
Oh, yeah.
Do I have the thing for you? Hold on a second. She goes into the other room, and you hear rummaging, and you hear things falling, and things opening, and things being closed, and you hear a little bit. Nope, not here. No, not here either. No. Oh, here. it is.
At least it's well hidden.
She comes back, and she's carrying what looks like a dead jellyfish.
Forgive me. I think you might have mistaken my intentions. I'm looking for knowledge.
It's not a real jellyfish. Take it. You don't want it? Okay, fine.
I can take it. I will take it. I just have a. Yes.
When you grab it, you realize that it's actually a hat.
Oh. This the fashion of your people?
No, my people are not really given to hats. We kind of hate having things put on our faces and our heads.
And what secrets does this hat hold?
Well, this belonged to a mallard, a very erudite mallard named Lodril, who came through these parts a few years ago. This Lodril, by his own admission, was an extremely knowledgeable scholar who had traveled the width and breadth of the world. And he said that in all his travels and all his discoveries, the thing that had amazed him the most was this hat. And when he put it on, he became invisible.
I see. And have you tested such an item?
I have, but since I'm generally alone in here, it's hard to tell.
Ah, well, you're in luck. Throws her back the hat. We could test it now. And as I do that, with the flick of my hand, I will blink twice, and I will use the magic trick, sense magic, on the hat.
As you do, you realize that there is a latent, faint odor of magic about it.
Okay.
It's like, are you certain?
Oh, yes. You'll just keep speaking, so when you become invisible, I can still see where you are.
Okay. And she puts it on. She stands there in front of you. Is it working?
Is she invisible?
No.
I'm like, keep talking. Where are you?
I'm right here in front of you.
What? Again, please.
Right here
Ah.
in front.
Oh,
And
my.
then she pokes you in the belly.
Oh, wow. That's truly amazing. Can you take it off now so we can continue our conversation? Seems
You're
weird.
just bullshitting me, aren't you? And she pulls it off. She says, it's not working, and she throws it on the ground.
I didn't want you to feel,
Yeah, that's all right. I had the feeling he was a charlatan anyways.
it's okay. I'm sure it has some sort of purpose, but perhaps you could give it to me on discount. Maybe if I could find out what it does, I could report back to you.
Okay. I like that.
So what's the price of the hat?
And she pulls out an abacus. And she goes, 30 gold. Minus, I'll give you a discount, of course.
And I am staying at the inn, and he referred me, saying that I would get a discount.
Oh. Well, that was nice of him. She keeps calculating. So I'll let you have it for 15 gold, half price.
Oh, well, it still doesn't work. I mean...
No, we don't know that.
Oh, yes, we just tested
I could
it.
do something different.
The only thing it does is make me look like a fool. It looks like a jellyfish. In fact, that'll give me more attention.
How about
that gives
this?
the opposite effect.
How about this? 15 gold, and I'll let you take one of the books on the shelf behind me.
Let me see how much gold I have. What are these books? I may have already read one.
Memoirs of arcane knowledge. Now, one of them is. The other two are booby-trapped, and they will kill you.
Can I sense which one's the correct one?
They're all smelling kind of about the same.
Oh, of course.
It's a little game of chance.
Fine. I don't have much gold, but I will use it for knowledge because...
Well, I have an idea. Let's try something.
Oh.
Put the hat on and see if it helps you choose the correct one.
Fine.
You put the hat on, and as you slip it over your head, you realize that you suddenly see things. You see connections, you see results, you see the impact of choices of things in front of you. While wearing this hat, you suffer a 3 charisma penalty. However, while wearing it, you gain the ability intuition. When faced with a difficult decision, you can activate this ability to ask a question directly to the GM and receive a helpful answer. The answer represents your vast general knowledge and should only aid your decision-making, not reveal everything there is to know.
So it's like a mind palace. Okay. Got
That
it.
or just a very ugly hat.
All right. Well,
It is very clear which of the books.
Okay. In that case, I will throw down the gold, which is like more than half the gold. And then I will select the book and then look at the book and then take the hat off.
The -3 charisma penalty will persist until tomorrow morning.
Oh, great. What about the intuition? Does that last too, or is that...
You've used it.
Oh,
Okay, to use it the once. Then you have to put the hat back on the next day and suffer the penalty again, and then you get the intuition.
everything has its price. I get you.
Everything
Okay.
has its price.
Well, that abacus does look familiar. Thank you for the soap. I'll make my way out.
As you leave, you will notice that the grimoire is a treatise on magic, and I will let you choose a spell of your choice of rank 1.
Sweet.
Walking into the, and we will do this quickly because it is, oh, do you want to take a short break? Let's take a short break. We'll take a short break, and then when we come back, we'll do the smithy, and then you will be on your way. My friends, we are back. We are still raising funds for World Central Kitchen, so if you are in your fields and would like to help us out, meet our goal, and donate to a worthy cause, you can check out the QR code that is just beneath me right now, or check out the link that will be popping in chat. See what the incentives are. We have some wonderful incentives. We have raffle opportunities, and other good things. We are going to narrate a little bit some of the other encounters just so that you can get info and we can move along a little bit. Some of the info you will get. So as you go and talk to the smithy, Rory is a very old mallard who looks very sad and melancholy. He will tell you that he really just wants to retire and return to Rust, the city that he comes from, but he doesn't want to leave the hamlet without a smithy because people come here and they always need a smithy, just either to shoe horses or to fix stuff. So he feels kind of trapped, like he doesn't want to stay here. He's old and whatnot. He wants to retire, but he's also kind of stuck. But he is an artisan and he makes beautiful studded leather that is very light and very easy to wear. This studded leather will give you armor 3 and no banes. And he sells them for about 30 golds a pop. You will also hear from him that he knows Beata, the Minotaur. He will say that she passes through the little village about twice a year. She'll come here to pick up some supplies, but also to drop off, and he'll show you this tiny little chunk of ore. And it glows with this kind of deep purple color that you immediately recognize, Tana, as being the same metal that Wiggles' dagger is made of. I will tell you it's danderite, and that she, for some odd reason, has access to little bits and pieces of it. Never a lot, never enough to make something major, and he can't forge it here. It has to absolutely be forged in a Fey forge in order to be made into something useful. But he makes little jewelry pieces out of it. When he finds out you're going into the mountain and some of these details, he will offer each of you a little piece of danderite jewelry. Now, what this jewelry will do when you wear it is that it will give you an advantage when resisting demon powers. So you can each take one of it. This costs 1 willpower, by the way, to activate this advantage. Okay. As you are, we also talked about the fact that there were some healing potions over at Tulip that we'd forgot to mention, so you can get some of those if you want. They are 20 gold a pop. As Tana, you find yourself reaching into your pocket for some money to buy the studded leather, and realizing that you're very low on funds, and trying to figure out if there's maybe a way you can make up for the shortcoming and so on and so forth. Wiggles will be I can spot you, boss.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. She reaches and she pulls out this bag full of gems. She probably has a few thousand gold worth of gems in there. She's like, let me find one that's about the right size, and she kind of goes through it, and this one seems about right. And she'll hand it over, and Rory will check it out. I was like, yeah, this looks pretty good. Looks about the right amount of price. It'll cover all your armor there, Mr. Steel Fang, was it? Steel Fury, Steel Bungery,
Fang.
Steel, what was it? Steel Fang.
Fang.
Steel Fang, yeah.
Yes.
And she puts that huge pouch back away into her thing. Don't worry about it, boss, on me.
Odile is just gonna side glance to Leander and be like, suspicious.
That's super sus.
There must have been like 9 in there.
At least.
How did she not get jumped and robbed?
I'm sure that someone probably tried to do that, and she probably killed them.
What if it was her doppelganger? What if I think she's the doppelganger still.
I think she's the doppelganger.
I think she can hear you.
Oh,
Hey, Wiggs, what's up?
hey, look at all the gems you have. Really cool that you have all of that.
Where'd you get all that from?
I'm very good at saving my allowance.
How much do you pay her?
Not that much.
Even more sus.
Well, thank you for utilizing some of your savings for our cause.
Oh, no problem. I figure if they're hitting you and you're not dropping dead, then they can probably keep hitting you longer and not hit me. Simple math. I don't need an abacus for it. Hey, bacon. And she walks away chewing on a piece of bacon.
That's enough to buy a whole new fort.
We'll discuss that when the time comes. What was the guy's name? Rory?
Yeah.
Would I be able to utilize your fort for a second?
Yeah, absolutely. Knock yourself out, young man.
Thank you. Rolls up my sleeves, take my bag off, pull out all my stuff. You don't mind if I...
Oh, no, please. He pulls his stuff out of the way. It's like, I understand the code.
Cool, just making sure. And
You see that big, huge sword over there? That I keep that here for people who touch my hammer.
that's what I do. They just don't understand. People just don't want to touch your sword.
You do not touch another smith's hammer. It's bad luck.
It's bad luck. It's
Your
just
hand will
bad
fall
luck.
off.
Twice. So, Jin,
Yes,
and he just reaches out his hand.
and he will shake it.
I am going to use his sword on you. Your dagger, please.
Of course. Yes.
And sort of pulls it out, and then just looks at the rune on it. You know, it's more intricate than the others, but sort of like trying to inspect it, and then compares it to any of the other runes he has, and also one of the other demon swords, and just trying to do a little bit of quick mental math for like that benediction rune that I know is requested. Still would take some time to figure out how to fully do it, but
Yeah, but give me one of your master craftsman rolls.
cool. Is that a 20 or a 1? That is a 20. Well, that doesn't work. That's
Well,
it.
as
Please don't
you
break the knife.
I'm
as
not
you-
putting it on the form. Just sort of like looking at all of
as
them.
you study it and take a look at it, you suddenly your vision starts to get blurry, and you realize you're having difficulty reading it, and it's kind of like your eyes are having difficulty focusing. And the rest of you see Tana like this. Basically, he's got the knife, and he's like this.
Huh. Well, that's unfortunate here. And just passes the knife back.
He still goes to shake your hand.
We'll try again tomorrow, boss.
Anyway,
It's okay, boss. It happens to everyone once in a while.
yep, we'll figure it out. Anyway, let's go.
Some days you just can't, you know?
Sometimes you
Not
can't
your
do it if
fault,
people are
that's all.
watching.
Yeah.
Oh, you all were still here.
Should we go?
Yeah, is this a private moment? Because
I wanted to watch the master work.
Oh.
Like a euphemism.
Oh.
maybe we should leave you alone to do your thing. We can
No.
leave you
Do
alone.
you want to try again? I can give you the knife back.
Nah,
Let's
we're
try.
fine.
Do you want us to turn around? Close our eyes?
That's just weird.
Do you want us to sing?
Nice little
Inspiration.
ditty.
See, you all seem like you really want to sing while I do this. Like, you want me to try looking at this again while y'all sing. Is that correct?
Odile, do you know the song Pink Minotaur Club?
Oh yes, that is my favorite. Really
Kato
gets
is going to
the
jump
gals
into
going.
This-
Pink Minotaur Club. You try again tomorrow, boss.
Perhaps you just need a bath and can clear your mind and try again.
Honestly, Yeah.
You find yourselves back at the inn, having gone back up, having baths, cleaning up. You feel refreshed. You feel much better than you have in a long time. You gather down in the main hall. You, Tana, in order to meet with Reyna. When you come downstairs, you see on the table, the place is dark, very quiet, the fire's burning low. You see on one of the tables is a piece of paper that's been left there. It looks like maybe it's a letter or something.
I go over to that table.
You go over and there's a letter there with your name written on it.
Oh, okay. Is Harold around, or just?
You can hear him puttering around in the kitchen.
Oh. Well, it has my name on it. Let's fine. More adventure. And I open the letter.
You open the letter and you find a note from Reyna. She says she's very sorry. She's not going to be able to come and meet you tonight. However, she feels very confident that you'll meet again very soon. She will ask you to continue working on the ruin and to find out. But she would also like you to be on the lookout for something. And there's an image that she has drawn on the back of the letter. It looks like an eye that is dripping black tears. And she says, I believe you should be on the lookout for this mark. Quick question. Do the others see this letter, or are you the only one who sees it?
I told them I was going down to meet with the Foxkin.
Okay.
I don't know who came with me.
Yeah, I'm still in the bath. Is this a communal bath, or is this a...
No, everyone had their own bath.
Okay.
Damn.
Like the monasteries. I was like, where's everybody?
I feel like Leander would have been like at the top of the stairs, like.
So you see him reading a letter. Very well. Just tell me at some point if you show it to the others, all right? The letter talks about, in the letter she says that this is the mark of Mizael Mizrature. He's one of the better known demon leaders of the war with the dragons. He's known as the Consummate Shadow, the Black Tears, the Harvester of Sorrow. He's rumored to still be active among the Nightkin. She will say that the reason why she's asking you to do what you are doing is because she is a thief, and she has plans to find the Moon Tower and enter it to get a hold of what is said to be a veritable hoard of Dragon Age treasure in the tower. And in order to do so, she wants a weapon that will give her an advantage over the demons, which is why she's asking you to do this. She will, in the letter, say that she has noticed that someone is following you from a distance, and that she offers to double back and keep an eye on that person for you. She suggests that you continue on your way as if nothing had happened, not to raise the alarm with your follower, and that she will contact you as soon as possible. That her goal in all this, of course, is to make sure that you get to make the weapon that she wants.
Well, I'm glad someone actually believes in me out here in the end. Well, Miss Yael, maybe one of the others knows who this is. There's no one here. Why am I? Okay. Oh,
hey.
yeah, I can see you.
Sorry. I guess I'm not. Kind of. Okay. And I pat down the stairs.
I didn't hear you while you were there.
Yeah, I'm really sneaky.
Yep.
But just kind of tall.
Just right. Yeah.
Yep.
When I looked in your direction, you were right there.
Yeah.
You ever
Still
seen
a
this
member
symbol?
of the Night House.
Are you?
I don't think I ever was, really.
Oh. Well. And a big paw just sort of plops on your shoulder.
Thanks.
You did the best you could. And apparently they were dicks and tried to kill you. You don't want that.
Yeah, you're right. Where's your
Anyway.
friend?
Seen this?
As he shows you the letter, you immediately recognize the symbol that you saw on the walls of Shimmerstock's study in the Night House. And as you see it here for the second time, you know, like when you suddenly get a kind of a heat wave and like you feel like you're going to pass out and you get lightheaded and like you feel, you know, with that.
Literally, Dave, what do you mean?
You get that feeling right away, like this heat just sort of spreads throughout your body and you start to sort of sway in place in your head and the entire room seems to turn. Tana, you see Leander like barely able to stand and
Grab
just
letter.
kind of like,
Grab letter, hold on the shoulders. Hey.
Yep.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
his knees buckle and he
Nope.
falls flat to the ground.
I catch before they fall. Nope.
They
No.
are completely out.
Oh, that's bad.
Big old cat.
Yep.
Leander,
Drags back to room.
as you are being manhandled by Tana,
Grimalkin, or Wolfkin handled, let's be.
Wolf can handle, you see in your fugue state in which you are currently in, you see a dark tower standing up against the moon. You see the moon turning dark, and as the moon turns dark, you see the tower stand out even more starkly against the night sky. You hear a voice that you've never heard before. It is a tender voice. It is a voice that you have no difficulty imagining could sound terrible and cruel, but currently sounds soft and tender. And all it says is, "You're very near, boy. Come find me."
Mom?
Your eyes start to open and blink, and you see Tana's face like,
Mom? Mom? Whoa. Oh, you're muted.
Nope, that was just you coming back into it. That's just you, man.
Sorry. I wasn't calling you Mom. I think I heard my mom.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what?
I think I'm gonna barf.
Oh, nope.
this giant hairball just goes spewing out of Leander's throat.
That's disgusting.
You see part of an old sock.
Did you?
I don't want to talk about it. I think I saw my mom. That, and I like point with one sharp claw to the letter. That's bad. There's something bad there.
Something bad there. Okay.
Yeah, listen. When we got pinched by Shimmerstock, that symbol was all over her study.
Oh,
like-
that's bad.
Yeah, no, that's That's real bad. And I roll around on my back and I just lay flat.
Yeah, so this is goodness. Misael.
Miserature.
Yes. Miserature. Oh,
I would know that name, right? I've heard that name before.
Have you?
I believe I have. Or not. I don't know.
You
Tell
did
me.
hear it from. It was in the info that you got from Etherian
Yes.
about the Elven Dream Sorceress Yenfin Yorva, who had fallen under the sway of the demon Misael Miserature and betrayed the Conclave of Eight. And she was later killed by the last great dragon Rheadreth, whom she cursed to forever wander in dreams. And that people say that the Moon Tower is where Misael Miserature dwells to this day.
There's a demon. That's a demon. She's a
Yep.
demon lady, but like not like my mom demon lady. Like maybe what if she has my mom? What if she has my mom? I like sit up and I like look around wildly. What if she has my mom?
Is everything all right down here? And
Oh,
Jin will come down like fully nude, just
My
coming out of the shower.
goodness.
holy biscuits.
Man.
You smell great.
Put a towel on.
Oh, I'm sorry. He was just covering himself with his hands. Did you mention Misael?
Yeah.
Holds up the letter, and anyone looking on would see it's artfully placed right in front of you, so it's that if you stood up, it would still cover.
I think at this point, Odile comes out and she's like, "Oh, what's that?" And she like leans down to look at the letter.
Is Odile naked though? That's my question.
Everyone's saying it.
She's covered in feathers.
I'm into it.
You're covered in
interesting.
feathers. You're naked.
I'm covered in
just passed
tattoos.
out.
This dragon tattoos, so you can
Oh,
see anything.
I'm glad we're learning so much about each other.
Yeah, it's really cool, Jen. Yeah.
Could I see the letter?
When Odile and I got pinched by what's her name? Shimmer, Glitter, Glisten, whatever her fucking
Stock.
name is. Yeah.
Shimmer stuff.
Shimmer stuff.
I hate her. She had that symbol on her wall. And it's a symbol of misnatures.
Very important person.
Oh yeah, no, they're apparently still around and kicking.
There's a mention of a tower in the history.
Yeah.
The one
And
that,
I just passed out and I just saw one in my brain space, so I don't know if that means anything.
What did you see in your brain space? Brain space now.
A big ooky spooky shadowy tower, and it was making the moon all shadowy, and then there was this voice, this like lady's voice that was really soft and tender, but she sounded like she could probably be really mean too, and she said that I was nearby my son, and I was like, Mom, and I wonder if my mom might be stuck there.
was there any identifiable landmarks? Was there mountains? Was there anything that we could maybe have a direction to head that way?
Just the tower and the dark moon.
Was the moon full?
Yeah,
Full or dark?
but both. It was like you could see it, but it was like turning dark.
Uh,
But it was, you could see the whole thing.
oh, also someone's following us. But
What?
What?
Should have maybe led with that.
Rain is taking care of it.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's
Wow.
probably that Crimson Knight that was following us. They're probably still following us. Unless it's a
Possibly.
whole group of people following us, which we should just invite them into the party at that point.
Jen, I don't mean to be rude, but would you put like a napkin on or a towel, or do you have your jellyfish hat? I mean,
Ah, yes. Jellyfish head. Let's put some
that'll
intuition.
do.
where does Jin pull that from?
Yeah, good point. It's like, well, let me go.
Will's hands at them.
I'll get like a beer mug or something. Is there something? Are we downstairs? Where are we?
Oh yeah, like on the stairs in the main room, right?
We got like up
You're
the
just,
stairs.
yeah, it's like Austin Powers. You're just standing there, and there's a beer mug on the table just between them, and it just
Exactly.
happens to be right.
I'll just grab some something random.
Every time the camera pans around, another object is very precisely blocking Jin's junk.
Excellent
100%.
planning work.
You find a you find an apron.
Apron will do.
So cheeks out, but frontal coverage is what you're telling me. Cool.
Back porch is open for business.
Is this +1 armor?
Is this in the front, party in the back?
Oh god. Oh.
Okay. So yeah, that's the general gist of what we got. Misael, Bad, still probably out there in the Moon Tower doing things. Apparently, kid says possibly mom there. Somebody following us. Raina's taking care of it. They want me to be able to put a benediction rune on their weapon such that they can infiltrate the tower and, steal the treasure of the dragon. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we maybe just focus on the one thing ahead of us? We have to find Beata. We're finding Beata. Or
We gotta
something?
find Beata, but it's all connected. It's all connected, see? And I'm still sitting on the floor, frantically gesturing.
Just going full Charlie. From
Yeah. It's all
I-
connected.
You
Here,
realize
there are
there's a brown piece of paper that is on the floor just beneath you. It's very comfortable.
I get on all fours and I grab the corner of it with my mouth and I just go.
Oh no.
I think Odile's gonna very gently pull it from your mouth.
Sorry, I just got very excited.
At your head.
That's good.
Are we going to bed now? I'm tired.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Can't wait till you're all asleep.
Wiggles, I swear to God,
Anyone have any rope?
I do.
I think we should
Yes.
tie Wiggles to the bed.
Oh, please.
Oh, no, never mind.
Oh god. Well, I will go return to the bath, but if anything else happens regarding minotaurs or rope, just let me know and go back to them.
I'm going to give you all my rope. Y'all do what you want with that. I'm going to my room. Yeah, bye. And Tana
You
immediately
spend a
goes to sleep.
an eventful night with Odile and Leander perhaps sleeping less than most. Taking turns.
One eye open.
Wiggles snores all night long, super deep sleep, wakes up. Oh my god, that was the best sleep ever.
Lander is full on sleeping in the bed on on Wiggles. In a cat way, not a porn way. Come on.
Wiggles gives you scritches.
And Jin will finish the bath and will be meditating by clearing until the morning.
Morning comes, you head on over to the trading post, pick up whatever supplies you feel you may need for the rest of the road. And shortly thereafter, find yourselves heading north towards the bridge and the northern road, which seems better than to go by the God's Throat chasm, which God knows what the fuck's in there. No one wants that. So you travel north along the road over the old bridge. As you do, Wiggles at some point will pull up to you, Tana, and say, "Yeah, boss,
Yes.
how's it going?"
Okay. How's it going with you?
Pretty good. I was talking with Harold this morning, and I asked him a little bit about his time in the mercenary unit and all that. And he wasn't very forthcoming at first, but then I used my bag of tricks, and before long, he was very happily chatting away. I have some questions about the night house and all that, but I'm kind of afraid to ask Leander. What do you think?
Well, how about you run the questions by me first, and then we'll see if they
Well, he said that back when he worked for the Nightbane clan, which I guess were the guys that owned Summer before the Wintersbane clan did, that the Night House was pretty much in control of the city, and that they turned on the Nightbane clan and sold them out to the Wintersbane. And he said that even back then there was whispers about how the Night House was in fact demon thrall.
Oh, okay. That is information that, okay, yeah.
So I started wondering if there was any sort of connection, because I've traveled around a lot, and I didn't meet any Wolfkin or Kid Foxes or Grimalkin or any of that until I came up north. I'm wondering, you ever given any thought to the fact that there might be some connection between demons and, all you guys? Because, Leander's kind of half demon now, and I guess her father hooked up with a demon, and that worked out somehow? And...
Yes.
I don't know, just food for thought.
Yeah, well, yeah, because that,
Yeah, I can see I've upset you there, boss.
No,
it's
it's one of those things where I didn't think of that, and it could be something. Wait,
because down south there's really not a lot of your people, right? Not a lot of Wolfkin or Grimalkin or Kid Foxes, or it's very exclusively this region.
Wait,
I mean, from what I know from my somewhat limited travels.
Okay, you traveled around, but they Jin.
He will open one eye.
Where have you traveled around-ish? Like just up north, or like all over the place?
I have been mostly north and east, most of the Crimson Lands. I've been to the Wild Forest and the Wildlands, and several caves, and I've only ventured so far south before I had to turn back. That's a different story.
That makes sense. Odile, you traveled all over the place, right?
I've traveled, yes, not all over, but definitely probably more than most have.
Okay. So you both in your travels have seen Wolfkin not just in the north, but all over the place, right? And Kid Foxes and Grimalkin.
You've seen the occasional one, like a far wanderer, but the same way that there's almost no mallards outside of Rust. And there are very few elves outside of the Crimson Vale, and there's very geographical anchors, I guess you would say, perhaps, to some of the kin.
I've seen a couple, but definitely not as many as I've seen up here. Seems mostly up here. I've seen more than I've actually probably seen in my travels since being here.
Same. I mean, when you think about it, how many elves have you ever met?
I work in a shop, so like as many come through the city that need things, I try not to leave that often. How many elves have I seen? GM?
Just a quick moment to say thank you to Hooli Heroes and Hooligans for dropping in and giving us a raid. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. We are holding a fundraiser right now. You can check out the incentives right there. Always just happy to have you here. Thank you for the raid. What was that question again, Tyler?
How many elves have I seen?
So up here, you are the town that is closest to the Elven realm. So you see a few more. You know, like not enough that seeing one, you see enough that it's not a rarity. Like you don't, when you see an elf, you're just like, oh, look at elf. It's kind of like being in Canada and encountering an American.
Like elves pass
You feel
through.
bad for them, but you're like, oh, okay, hi.
Elves pass through often. It's not rare. If someone's traveling, they'll pass through. So, hence why I've never remarked at seeing elves. The feathers are different, but the elf portion is not.
Well, I mean, how have you seen many mallards? Around. They seem to be mostly in rust. I've only seen a few in my travel.
There were a couple. Okay, so what's his name?
Lodril,
Lordril.
the erudite.
Well, yeah, I've seen Lodril, so he accounts for like a bunch. Were there a bunch of how many Mallard?
Not that many, but as you contemplate this question, you see rising up ahead of you an old tower that seems to have fallen into disrepair. At the base of it are the remnants of a rampart and a very old keep.
I would like to remind my friends that this place is rumored to be haunted.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever met the ghost before.
I
Ghost
have.
of elves, by the way.
wait, what?
They're like normal ghosts, but more elegant and have better fashion.
Oh, but
And will probably be condescending also.
fair. That's new. Haven't seen a whole lot of mallards, but they're not like the most rare. And Lordril, he'll speak as if they are the most common species. What is this tower?
It rises up before you. You see it's built on a bit of a hill. There are two guard towers near the two entrances to the hill. There appears to be the remnants of a wall that would have surrounded it, and then a kind of central tower that would have been part of the keep. And the rest of the what would have been buildings at some point in this keep are really just ancient ruins at this point. Very, very easily you feel probably close to 1,000 years old. The air has this feeling of a very ancient place, and as you approach it, you can almost feel like you can hear the sounds of a battle being waged, men screaming, horses whinnying, steel clashing against steel, the sound of trumpets, the sound of the dead, people wounded and dying. You hear these echoes being carried in the wind through the leafless trees as you've come closer and closer to the area surrounding the Vermeil Mountains. You have noticed that the trees are starting to look sickly and old and shriveled up and completely without any foliage whatsoever.
There's a bad vibe here. Okay, I'm getting bad vibes.
The vibes are not good.
Everyone else is hearing that, right?
Yeah, you hear that, right?
Yep.
I
Jenna.
say be on our guard.
You're not feeling the vibes are not good. You feel a deep sadness, a deep sorrow, a deep melancholy that permeates the land here. But at the same time, you get a sense of peace, as if that of soldiers finally getting to rest after a long, long time. And as you approach, I would ask you, and probably also Myriad, both to give me, you can give me a roll on one of your mage skills if you want. Adrian, Myriad, do you have a mage skill?
I did not.
You do not, so you can go ahead and give me an awareness roll.
2.
Adrian?
6.
Both of you can feel a lot of latent energy here. There's very clearly some powerful magic at work, or at least something supernatural that sort of, infuses the entire area. I'm gonna say Myriad, can you make me a Myths and Legends roll?
That is going to be a 5.
As you gaze upon this place, you remember an old song, one that you learned when you were very, very young, that was sung by elves. And it was a song that was, meant to be a kind of jeer at the people in the song. But now that you see this place and now that you remember it, it kind of takes on a slightly different quality, and a name comes to your mind. You remember the name Cadradok, the Dragon Tooth Keep, and you remember that there is a story about, it's not very clear because the lyrics of the song are kind of old and very childish, but it's kind of like the like that song, what's that nursery rhyme, ring a rosies, they all fall down, right? Which is about people and children dying, but it's kind of transformed through the children's song into something that seems kind of innocuous, but is really kind of a dark thing. So you do remember a story of elves fighting elves, and there being some sort of conflict where a group of elves was hunted down by another group of elves.
I think that Odile, the song comes to her head and she sort of starts to whisper sing it a little bit. And as she's finding the lyrics, she starts to get a little louder. And I think she looks at Jin in particular because she probably thinks that he would know, or at least recognize the song out of anyone here. That song, no, it's about the elves who they fought each other here in Cadradok. It's Dragon's Tooth Keep. That's what it is.
I just rolled a 3 on Myths and Legends.
Yeah, it's coming back to you too. You clearly remember it being sung to you when you were a child as a kind of nursery rhyme thing, and it was always in some ways kind of you always felt kind of a warning song, or kind of a, like I said, a jeer or something like that. But now that you feel the place and sense the place, there's kind of a lot more of a weight to it.
Can I recall a time where there was a major battle between elven factions? Was this the fall of the mythical 8th faction?
No, it wasn't that. You feel that it's something that happened at a different time period than that. You, both of you, I'd say, as you put your heads together with your rolls, your Myths and Legends rolls, you'll remember that there is a story of something that occurred not very long after, near the end of the Dragon Empress's reign. Mariushka. There was, at that time, the elves were still the servants of the dragons, and a lot of the other kin had not appeared yet in the area. And the details do escape you, but you do remember that there is some sort of story about someone having done something and angering the Empress, and in her reaction having caused some kind of rift among her people to the point where there was kind of a civil war between the elves. But you kind of get the feeling as you're thinking back on it and remembering it that this is one of those things that has been suppressed because it's not very flattering. There's definitely a kind of mystery there to sort of uncover like the truth behind all of that. And as you stand out here and sing the song, Odile, you start to see on the bits and pieces of ramparts that still exist and moving among the ruins, these kind of ghostly blue spectral figures that seem to be summoned by your song and seem to be gathering at a point in the center of the keep.
I think Odile's going to, still sort of just repeating the song again. She's going to just kind of point and she's going to start walking to where they're gathering.
Jin will follow and have a kind of like a protective stance, kind of like we may be walking into something that we may need to fight. So just getting ready.
Leander looks over at Tana and goes, "Trap."
Most likely.
Damn it.
I don't do ghost, boss, so I'm just going to kind of hang back.
But if you're separated from us, then
Maybe a ghost will pick you off.
so you may
God
want
damn
to
it. Now I gotta
be closer. Yeah. Yep.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Thanks, Leander. You drooled all over me last night, by the way.
Well,
So
whose
you-
fault is that? Anyway,
Yours. Drool boy.
Children.
You make your way towards the keep. As you approach, you do not feel any sort of hostile intent or emotion emanating from the specters that are there. In fact, while they seem to have been kind of called out by your singing, they don't seem to be reacting to you. They're all gathered what used to be perhaps the courtyard of the keep back in the day. You see coming among them a figure that looks like a scribe, perhaps, or some sort of sage. And he moves through the crowd, and as he does, the others all kind of kneel down. Wait a second. He is holding a staff that gleams purple, much like the Danderite ore that you've seen. And upon his head, underneath his golden yellow hair, is a circlet, also of gold, that shines almost like the sun. And he seems regal and proud, even though his features are old and emaciated. And he stands in front of all the other kneeling elven ghosts. And he intones something in a tongue that sounds elvish to you, but would be sort of the same as someone today, a TikTok generation person, listening to Shakespearean English or something like that, or even worse, English from, the Beowulf text or something like that. There's like this kind of semi-recognizable bits and pieces of words here and there, but a lot of it is very alien. And after a few moments, as he intones what appears to be some sort of prayer, perhaps, or something, and all the other ghosts respond with a deep hum that reverberates through the place, he knocks down 3 times with his staff on the cobbles. The sound cracks, echoing throughout the entire place. And then he looks down and looks straight at the 2 of you. Welcome, young ones. It is very rare that those who live under today's sky get to see how we used to pay homage to the dragons of old. It is good to know that there are at least a few of you who will be able to speak with authority on what we do here and what has happened here. Come, join me. My name is Kalian Ofweir. Come, I will tell you a story, if you wish to hear it. It is the story of Solanvir, the first Swan Maiden. Come, sit. The other ghosts kind of get up from their kneeling position and start moving about as if they're going back to their duty. Some of them climb back up on the ramparts, others disappear behind doors, others just evaporate into thin air, and only Kalian Ofweir stays standing there in the middle of the courtyard. And you can see that, strangely enough, the sky above you is dark and constellated with stars, as if the night has suddenly fallen around you. Come, sit.
Jin will sit.
Feel like very dutifully will sit waiting, eyes wide.
I would ask your names, but they would mean very little to me, and I would probably forget them before you were gone, but I will ask where you are traveling. Are you traveling to Crimson, to our ancestral home?
No, we're searching for someone.
Well, I wish you the best of luck in finding them.
Have you heard of the Moon Tower?
I have not. It seems like a name that my people would bestow on a place, but it itself does not hold much meaning for me. It may have been after my time.
I know that names have meaning, and you mentioned ours. Would you happen to have known Yenfin Yorva?
I did. She was very young. I don't know what became of her. She was but a child when I knew her. Bright, one of my brightest students. Of course, once we were exiled from Crimson, I never saw her again, so I do not know what became of her in the ensuing years. Is that who you seek?
I believe that our journey, our fates, lies with the sorceress. And as in most things, the balance between her and the sway of Misael. What we seek lies between both of them. I will
That's the
not
name
say
I've
the
not heard
full
in a long
name
time.
in respect to these hallowed grounds.
And I thank you for your circumspection. It seems that I am perhaps not best suited to guide you to your destination, but perhaps I may entertain you with a story in exchange. A story that I will tell in honor of the great wizard Phoenix Iwaki, who has just now entered the courtyard. And you see, wandering about the back of the courtyard, this very handsome gentleman with glasses and the brush-cutting hair that sticks up in front, muttering in some dastardly Queen's English accent, puttering about, wondering when his next stream is. Very regal. I'll tell you the story then of Solanvir, the first Swan Maiden. It was our own brethren, you see, the Elves of Crimson, who slew us and destroyed our keep. They long ago fell under the sway of the Fae, and there were those among us who resisted this dangerous new path for our people. We were exiled, but that was not good enough, it seems. They came to us in the night and slew us all. Solanvir was the sweetest, brightest, most beautiful of the Dragon Empress's handmaidens. One of the Empress's suitors, the golden dragon Eomar, became jealous and cursed Solanvir, turning her into a swan. Angered, Mariushka, the Dragon Empress, killed Eomar on the spot. Her regal claws digging deep through his neck, severing his head at a blow. The golden dragon's hot blood splashed into the pond where Solanvir was floating in her new form. The blood from the sacrifice altered the curse, giving Solanvir the ability to transform at will, marking her as favored of Mariushka, who had slain one of her own for her. Many say that this means the descendant of Solanvir, the Swan Maidens, are the true heirs of the Dragon Throne, and that the Crimson Regent is but a usurper. But many years have passed since. Who knows what has become of any of them? Eomar, Mariushka, Solanvir, the Crimson Regent. The moon persists, so does the sun and the stars, but time moves on. All that remains is what is carried through in the blood. I hope that you can carry this story with you. Share it. Not being forgotten is the only thing we have left.
I thank you for telling us this tale, and I will strive to continue to pass on your story.
Thank you. I hope you find the 8th spire. if I may offer but a small bit of wisdom.
Please.
I will say that oftentimes things are not as they seem. And that just because 7 spires are towers that reach up into the sky, the 8th one might be something completely different. And as for you, young maiden, I will assume that things have not been easy. Those who are set aside by their people seldom find a kind path to walk on. But it is adversity that makes for character. And things have a way of finding their way back to the correct path, even if it takes time.
I think that Odile's gonna sort of look between the party. Well, this is the path that led me here, so I think, if anything, it means I am on the correct course once more.
Perhaps. He reaches out very slowly with a hand and touches your forehead with his finger. And as he does, you feel a little pressure. And the rest of you see as this golden circlet forms itself around her head. This was given to me by Solanvir long before she was cursed. But I like to feel that it carries with it some of her grace and regal nature. There's a reason why she was chosen among so many others by Mariuszka.
Thank you. I shall cherish it.
Should you find your way to Crimson, seeing this circlet beaming again in our ancestral home will be reward enough for the story that I have told you. He's got a little mischievous smile when he says that.
Is she a princess? Are you a princess?
I grew up in the wilds. No? Maybe?
But are you sure you're not a princess?
Are you sure you're not a prince?
Oh, that would
Jin
be so cool.
Jin does turn around and goes, do you remember that there are Crimson Order knights looking for her that we saw in the town?
Yeah. Oh my God. You are a prince. You gotta be a princess then. That's probably why they're looking for you.
I thought it's just because they didn't like Swan Maidens.
Oh
Oh,
man.
man.
They think that we're cursed, you know? I was abandoned in the wilds because I was cursed.
Perhaps cursed to rule.
Yeah. See, that tends to be the thing. They go, oh, you cursed, but actually they mean, oh, you could probably usurp the throne from somebody else.
Yeah,
So they send people
I
out to
can't
kill you.
rule. Like, I don't even know how to count. How could I rule?
I turn and give a really deep bow to Callan Offweir and I go, sir, is she royalty? Because there's some people who've been looking for her and they might try and, I don't know.
Well, if she is,
Regicide.
she is lucky to have such stout companions.
Oh boy.
Don't worry, guys. We got new armor.
Yeah, the plot thickens.
And I
Something
have,
tells me
I
it will
have
be
an
a
even
song one
more
day.
important question. How are we going to get that off your head? That looks awfully tight. She like kind of reaches up and tries
No.
to get a little...
Ow.
No.
Ow.
It's immediately hand slap.
Oh, sorry, I've never touched royalty before. Well, I did once, but that was a whole different story. Sorry, was that out loud? Sorry, that should have been my inside voice. I'm very sorry. I'm gonna go.
Not in
the
front
main
of the
wiggles.
royalty and the royal, sir.
When you turn back, the sun is shining once more. Kalyanofir is gone. The courtyard is deserted. The echo of the elves who died and fought here fading away, carried away on the wind, to whisper through the branches of the trees in the area and through the cracks in the stones of the walls and the towers. And you can't help but think that these whispering winds that flit through cracks and through branches are probably the reason why people think there are ghosts in places where there are not.
Should I keep going or?
You don't want to talk about any of that? You want to talk about any of that just happened?
Like say we
Okay.
talk and move.
Okay,
Remember,
yeah.
we are still being followed. We must continuously move.
Should I be behind you, or like, what do you need us to lead? Like,
As we've been traveling, we'll probably. Don't treat me any different. I'm still the same.
okay, Your Highness, Your Majesty.
No, just Odile.
Okay, Odile.
It would be safer for us to treat her normal. If someone were to spy on us and we were to treat her with royal respect, then she would be
Going to
more
like brush my bangs in front of the circlet.
As you do, you notice that the circlet has disappeared and has become kind of just a mark, almost as if you had a tattoo of a circlet.
Where did it go? Do you see it?
Sailor Moon.
I mean, I see it. It's just not what it was.
Yeah.
Do you have a mirror?
No, you would have to find some water.
Oh.
Wait, here. And I pull out a dagger and I just like shine it on my pants and I like hold it sideways and I go, see?
Oh.
I mean,
Okay.
I have
Looks
a hat
kinda
if you want to hide it.
No, it's okay. It's just I've never had a
Face
circlet
tattoo.
embed itself into my forehead before, and then
I
it's
told
fine.
you it was going to be hard to remove. You didn't believe me.
Oh,
didn't
you
believe me.
did say so, Wiggles. You did say so. I kind of just brush off
Nice.
what you say.
It looks fine. And no,
It's kind of cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty sick, right?
And as a traveling bard, that could be like part of your brand. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Brand.
It
Get
is like she's
Brand.
branded. Yeah.
The bard with the face tattoo. Yeah.
The branded bard. Branding for the branded bard. This is brilliant.
Silver tongue out, branded bard in.
Yes.
All right, you guys are losing it. Let's go. And she turns around and she walks back towards the horses.
Okay. All right. Okay.
With horses?
Wait, horses?
Yeah. Like we bought
you have
horses.
horses.
Like, you guys have been walking. We've been on horses.
Oh,
When we get to the horses, I like offer my hands interlaced to Odile and I go, Your Majesty.
I think that Odile might be just like, thank you. And she will hop on up. Okay. Oh, that was the only one. Only one
Yeah,
joke.
okay. Just one a day. But
Okay, later.
just
Yeah,
one.
Yeah. Mhm.
you didn't get a
Let's
chance to ask about the Minotaur. Oh well.
Yeah, we
But I
really
got
do need to
insight.
find her.
You continue traveling down the road. You travel for several days following the road. You realize there's not really anywhere else to go. The road is kind of closed off on either side. And as you move deeper and deeper towards the Vermeil Mountain, you notice first this strange occurrence, which is that at some point it gets to be dusk and you camp and it doesn't get darker. And when you get up the next morning, it's still dusk. And you find yourself after a while in this continual twilight. You travel for a few more days this way, always following the road, which never seems to branch off, never seems to offer any other options than to follow through with it. Eventually, you arrive at a small clearing, and it's just at the base of the mountain. Up ahead, you can see what looks like a small hut with a little garden, a little pond, some trees, and built into the side of the mountain is what appears to be an old mine shaft, an old mine opening of some sort, but these gigantic stone pillars have been pushed up or raised or something in front of it, blocking access to it. As you come closer to the hut, you see there's a bonfire burning outside. There is smoke coming out of the chimney. As you get closer, the front door opens, and out steps this magnificent minotaur, this giant warrior with these engraved horns, this beautiful, colorful clothing, a giant axe strapped to her back, an ancient elven spear, old and rusted and damaged, in her hand. She measures close to 10 feet tall, towering above you. You can see that her horns are engraved with demonic faces and images, and she wears around her wrists the remnants of shackles. And as you approach the hut, she takes you in, looks at Leander, and says, "You're finally here, young master. Well, you may as well come in. I've been waiting a while." And she turns without waiting for a response and goes back into her hut, leaving the door wide open. You smell food cooking from the inside, the smoke of the fire.
Okay, I guess this is Beata.
Young master, she called you.
Master.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Master?
Master.
Master Leander?
Okay, all right. I'll make it weird, and I like straighten my armor as best I can, and kind of like.
Okay, children, let's go.
Okay.
And as you step through into the darkened interior of the hut, this is where we will end tonight. Our little adventure into the world of Seven Spires. I haven't uncovered some secrets.